Not having an automatic garage door opener can be a real inconvenience. And if you're building a new home like this one, this is the best time to put it in right from the start. It's a fairly simple project, although it will take some time, but it's a project you can do yourself. You'll want to start by putting the rail together, and the railing comes in 3 pieces. These just slide and lock into place with these clasps. Next, you'll want to put on the trolleys. I have 2. This is an inner trolley and this is the outer trolley. First, you put on the inner trolley. This just slides down the railing just like this, and the next is the outer trolley. And what this is for, the belt attaches to this, and this will slide up and down the railing to open and close the garage door. Now pull the trolley to the front of the rail. You need to add a stop bolt to stop your trolley. This stop bolt is going to be held in place with this nut. This goes right in here, and this stops the trolley in the right place for the garage door to be in the right position. Now we need to add the pulley for the belt. Go ahead and put your belt through this slot, and then your pulley goes right here in the center. And again, this is held together with this bolt and will be attached with this nut. Attach the rail to the motor by sliding it into place. And this is going to be held in place with the back stop bolt. So put this through there and then screw the nut on. I'm installing a Craftsman Silent Drive garage door opener. And what's really nice about this is there's hardly any noise. That's because of the belt. This is a steel reinforced belt encased in rubber. Compared to the chain drives, which are so noisy, this one doesn't have the metal rubbing up against metal, which causes all the noise. What you want to do with the belt is run this around this back pulley, run it back down the rail, and attach it at the other end. We've attached this end of the belt to the trolley, and it clips into place. To attach the other end of the belt to the tension spring, take the chain link, put it through both of these holes, just like this. Then you'll want to take the master link and put it on top. When that's in place, we can use this clip to clip this all together. Now after this is done, we need to tighten up the tension spring until our belt is the right tension that we need. Well, we've done as much work as we can on the ground. Now we're almost ready to attach this to the ceiling, but this is where you're going to need an extra pair of hands. This is pretty hard to maneuver by yourself. This is Ted Ruger, our technical advisor. Ted, you're going to help me attach this to the ceiling?
Sure.
What we need to do first is attach our header bracket, and to do that, you're going to have to raise the door up just a little bit to mark the highest point of travel. Ted, if you'll raise that door up for me. You want to use a level, okay, about right down just a little bit, about right there. As soon as you get the highest point of travel, you'll want to make a mark on the wall. After you get your mark on the wall, you'll need to take a tape measure and measure up 2 inches above that mark, and this is where you're going to mount the header bracket. So go up 2 inches and make another mark. Would you hand me that? This is the header bracket, and what you want to do with this is put the bottom of this bracket on that mark that you just made. Remember, the mark is 2 inches above the highest point of travel, and we're using 2-inch lag bolts to attach the bracket. So I'll start by putting this in the top, and then I'll just screw this in. Once the header bracket is in place, now you can go ahead and attach the front end of the rail. Ted, you want to hand that up? Okay, what you're doing is you're placing the rail inside of the bracket, and you need to line the holes up to put the pin through. Back just a little bit, Ted. About right there's good. I'm pushing this pin through, and I'm going to use the safety ring, back just a little bit, Ted, to hold this pin in place. And this just guarantees that your pin's not going to be sliding out. What I've done is mounted these 2 brackets to hold the motor. We went up into the attic and saw that the joists run this way across the ceiling instead of lengthwise. So I took 2-inch lag bolts and screwed these up through the drywall into the joist. And this is going to give us a good mount. Okay, Ted, I'm ready for the motor. What you want to do is raise this motor up, and you're going to line the holes up from the motor and the bracket. And just use line of sight and make sure this is level. Take this bolt and push it through both holes. Now you'll need to securely tighten this nut. Then you can take a wrench to tighten it all the way. I've drilled 2 holes in the door to attach the bracket. This is the bracket that will attach the door to the trolley. Be sure and put this 2 to 4 inches below the top of the door. Just line your holes up, put your bolt through, and securely tighten the nut on back. I'm ready to attach the safety sensors. There are 2 of these that come in the kit, and this is a really important safety feature. What these do is you attach one of these on each side of the door. This creates an invisible beam that goes from one sensor to the other. And if the beam is broken, say if you have a child or a pet run through and break that beam, the garage door will automatically stop and go back up. As a matter of fact, in the last 5 years, over 30 people have died from being crushed from their garage door opener. So the government recommends that if you installed a garage door opener before 1982, you need to have it replaced. If you had a garage door opener installed between 1982 and 1992, it's very important to upgrade and add these safety sensors. They could definitely save a life. I've marked 6 inches above the ground, and that's where you need to add your safety sensors. And this just snaps into place. Add the safety sensor and then tighten this wing nut. Use a staple gun and run this wire all the way up the side. Now you can see that I've left a little bit of slack in the wire, and that's in case you need to make any adjustments. What you're going to do is put a staple about every 12 to 16 inches. I'm just going to run this all the way up the side, meet it in the middle with the other wire, and then I'm going to run both of them back to the motor. As you can see, I've run both wires down the middle and I'm attaching them to the motor. So I just need to put this last wire on and tighten this up. Now all I need to do is plug this in and we're almost finished with the installation. The last thing that we need to put on is the trolley arm. So I need to push this pin through here, and then again I'm using the metal ring just like I used on the header bracket to lock this in place. Now this trolley arm comes in 2 pieces and it's adjustable, and I've already adjusted it to where I need it. This piece right here goes in the door bracket. I've got another pin, one more ring, and we're finished. Our installation is complete. Now I want to show you how the safety sensors work. Let me close the door. Now I'm going to use my hand to break the beam. And just like that, it goes back up. This automatic garage door opener costs $250. It is a project that you can do yourself, but you saw that the extra pair of hands really came in handy. Even with 2, it'll still take you a better part of the day. But once you're finished, just a click of the button will make your life a lot easier. If you would like more information on this project or others, contact us on the internet at michaelholigan.com.